So this is the battle of I think the most overrated 8-3 teams in the NFL.
Tennessee's a 5.5 point favorite too, by the way.
Yeah, which is crazy to me, but I guess maybe because they're at home. I actually it is up to 6.5 now per ESPN. But I think Tennessee has been a lot of smoke and mirrors to be honest. Like people have been so high on them because of the fact that they went to the AFC Championship game last year. You guys know why they went to the AFC Championship game last year? It's because they got hot at the right time. The problem with the Titans right now is I think they got hot too early. So with that being said, I do like
it's hard to say with King Henry, man.
Right.
It's hard to say because King Henry. I know you're down on King Henry. I know you think that he's only an 8-game back.
Okay, let me defend myself here real quick. Okay, this is Henry's fifth year in the league, right?
Correct.
The previous 4 seasons. Look at the first half of the year. He is getting 50 yards a game, 40 yards a game, 60, right? And then the 9 games plus, he is getting his 150, 130 yard game. So he came on late. This year, he came on early. I think he has one game.
He was pretty damn good last week.
Well, yeah, because the Colts were missing 4 guys on the defense. But I think he has only had 1 game underneath 100 yards so far. I think it was 68 or 78 games or yards, and that was versus a very, very good Pittsburgh Steelers team. With that being said, the life of a running back is only 4 to 5 years. Derrick Henry is in his 5th year. They are giving him the ball 25 times a game. Do you legitimately think that he is durable enough to carry them on to the playoffs?
I am, because he did it last year, man. What he did in the playoffs last year was absolutely phenomenal.
But
he
also
had 3
didn't come
games,
on
and I
till
think he had
week 10,
480 yards rushing. He was phenomenal in the playoffs. So until he showed for me, when it comes to guys like that who show that they can perform in those spots, until they show me that they can't, I'm going to believe that they can. So I'm going to go with yes, that he could carry them to a playoff win or 2. I still don't think they go very far in the playoffs, but I think that King Henry is more than capable of carrying them, and there's nothing that has shown you yet that they're not.
Yeah, which I totally agree with that. I want to address Joe here, and like Joe said that I said King Henry isn't very good. He isn't this and this. I am not saying that. King Henry is a top running back in the league this year.
Top what?
Right now he is easily the best running back in the league. Unless you maybe want to throw Chubb up there, like a 1A, 2A.
You're missing
right?
Dalvin Cook too, man.
But Cook got hot for 3 games there, and what has he done for you since? Not a whole lot, right? And I think he's hurt again. So what I'm saying about King Henry, this is the first time in his 5-year career that he has started hot game 1 and has carried it on now to week 13. So can he sustain his success? To be determined. Obviously, but the life of a running back is 4 to 5 years. Look at DeMarco Murray for the Dallas Cowboys. His 6th year in the league, he was averaging 25 touches a game. He went to the Titans, and you never heard from him ever again.
I'm looking at Kyle Kelly's comment here. Tannehill's no sleeper at all. He's very accurate. Don't sleep on Ryan Tannehill. Look, the problem I have with Ryan Tannehill is he's that guy who finds a way to make a mistake at the end of a game. He's that guy that will find a way to lose you the game. And so, I'm not blown away by Ryan Tannehill. I am blown away by King Henry. I do think King Henry can sustain it, like we're talking about. I do think that that guy's a beast, man. Watching his workout videos, man, there is nothing that tells me that he's going to slow down. Are there teams out there that can stop him and slow him down and scheme to do so? Yeah, absolutely. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of those teams.
Right.
But I'm not going to say that he can't carry them to a win over a team like Buffalo, because I've already seen him do so. In Buffalo, I think he has one of the best front sevens in all of football. If you look at who's also the Kansas City Chiefs, I think I think that King Henry would absolutely demolish that team. Let's take the Green Bay Packers, even
Kansas
though they're
City
the
has
NFC.
a very underrated front seven. Their secondary is not very good, and that's why teams score a lot of points on
But
them.
I just don't. Yeah, that's why I don't think you have to have a good secondary to be able to stop King Henry because he's going to get into your secondary, and that's why the Green Bay Packers, they can't stop the run to save their lives.
Right.
So if it ended up in a Super Bowl somehow where it was King Henry versus the Green Bay Packers, I would take King Henry to run for 700 yards and
Right.
score 9 touchdowns and beat the Packers. So
let me address that Ryan Tannehill comment that you addressed there. So
Yep.
this is Ryan Tannehill's really because he came in week 9 last year, so this is his first full year. So he has now played a full 16 games in a Tennessee Titan uniform. When he was with the Miami Dolphins, he had a coach by the name of Adam Gase, right? And we saw what Adam Gase is doing in New York. Not a whole lot. So Ryan Tannehill probably took 3-4 years back off of his career. So now this year we are probably seeing a second year Ryan Tannehill. Give him give him next year and maybe the year after that. I think he might be a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Really? See, he is very accurate, but he's definitely a game manager for sure. I liken him to what was his name there? Quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs there. Yeah, he loves his Packers. He was a Kansas City Chiefs quarterback for a little while. Then he went over to where did he go? San Francisco. Or you could even call him the kid. God, I'm so bad with names. The Washington Redskins quarterback there.
RG3?
Bad leg. Bad leg.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. Yeah, exactly. So
Alex Smith,
he's an Alex Smith type quarterback.
To the Chiefs, yeah.
So he's a game manager who will do enough, but I just can't count on him in a big game. The same way I couldn't count on Alex Smith in a big game.
You are right about that, yes. But
so
who has a top 5 winning percentage in the month of December and January since 2011? Alex Smith is number 4 on that list.
How many Super Bowls has he won?
He has won 0, I think. I don't think did the 49ers and Kaepernick win that Super Bowl that year that Kaepernick led them to the Super Bowl? So yeah, he has 0 rings.
Yeah. So he's not. I don't know. He's just not that guy for me. I'm not a big believer in Tannehill. So
yeah, I mean, only time will tell. Let me flip back over to